I suspected my wife of cheating. But the truth was even worse. We had been married for 7 years, and I always believed our relationship was strong. We had our arguments, sure, but they were normal, nothing out of the ordinary. So when my wife started acting strangely, I was taken aback. She started staying late at work, spending too much time on her phone, and often stepped out to take mysterious calls. At first, I tried to convince myself that I was just being paranoid. But something inside me wouldn't let go of the suspicion. One evening, she told me she had a business meeting and would be home late. Something about her tone made me uneasy. Taking a deep breath, I decided to follow her. My heart pounded in my chest as I watched her enter an upscale restaurant. A man was already waiting for her. They sat down and started talking. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but watching them, it was clear they were a couple. My heart sank. I discreetly took a few photos and quickly left. I replayed the scene in my mind over and over as I drove home. The next day, at work, I couldn't focus on my tasks. All I could think about was my wife. Had she been cheating on me? Did she no longer love me? By the end of the day, I couldn't take it anymore. I needed answers. I reached out to a private investigator I knew and explained the situation to him. He understood my desperation and took the case. A few days later, he handed me a report with the details of my wife's movements. It turned out she had been meeting this man regularly in different places over the past few weeks. My worst fears had come true. She was cheating on me. That evening, I confronted her. When she came home, I laid the photos in front of her and asked, "Who is he?" Her eyes widened in surprise. For a moment, she looked at the photos as if trying to make sense of them. Then panic flickered across her face. Instead of denying it, she suddenly burst into tears. "Oh my God," she whispered, her voice trembling. "How did you find out?" I felt a mix of anger and sadness, but mostly confusion. Why was she crying? Hadn't she done something wrong? I wanted answers, and that's when she confessed. Between sobs, she admitted that she had been seeing that man, but not in the way I was imagining. "He's not my lover," she cried. "I'm so sorry, honey. I never wanted to hurt you." I was stunned. Not her lover. What did mean? Before I could ask questions, she pulled out her phone and showed me messages from the detective. He had been hired by her family to investigate me. Apparently, my wife had informed them about the problems in our marriage, and they were worried about me. The detective had been trying to figure out if I was having an affair, because they feared that I might be depressed or involved with drugs. But why was their concern directed specifically towards me? What had I done? It was at that moment that my wife revealed the shocking truth. That man wasn't her lover. He was an investigator, and she was working with him because she was trying to protect me from a serious threat. Over the next few days, I learned a terrifying truth. My so-called best friend had been deceiving me, trying to set me up to take the fall for his fraudulent schemes. My wife found out, and without telling me, had been gathering evidence to clear my name. She had stayed silent because she feared I would misunderstand the situation. It was one of the biggest shocks of my life. I felt ashamed of my suspicions. How could I have been so quick to judge my own wife? How could I have believed my so-called friend over her? With the help of the detective, I managed to gather enough evidence to expose my friend's schemes. He was eventually arrested, and my name was cleared of all charges. Looking back, I realize how close I came to losing everything. I lost my best friend, my reputation, and almost my marriage. But through it all, my wife stood by me, proving that she was not only my lover, but my best friend, too. This experience taught me one of the most important lessons of my life. Never jump to conclusions. Always seek the truth. And most importantly, never take your loved ones for granted.